Hello, gorgeous. Might as well call me Chanel number 666. This look was heavily inspired by Ariana Grande's character in Scream Queens and the devil character that kills her. Let's not waste any time. I'm starting by filling in my brows using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Taupe. Oh my god, could you imagine if you died and your brows weren't on point? That would be so tragic. This is so long lasting, it'd definitely survive a murder. I'm going over the top of that with brow definer pencil in Granite, lightly drawing in some hair-like strokes just for some dimension. I like for the brows to look as realistic as possible. I'm then cleaning up the underside of the brow and priming the lids at the same time using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Any eyeshadows you apply over this stuff will not crease. So if you have oily lids, try it out. And how fitting is the Beauty Killer palette for a Scream Queens look? Taking the camel shade Courtney onto a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just working that into the hollows of the eyes just to act as a little bit of a transition shade. Then I dipped into the bright pink with a crease brush and placed some of that in the hollows of the eyes but towards the outer half. Then I blended it out with a fluffier blending brush just to diffuse everything. Next, I took a flat eyeshadow brush and placed this rusty reddish shimmery shade. It's so gorgeous. I applied that all over the lids from the lash line up to about the crease, and then I just blended out the edges just so it kind of overlaps and fades into the pink color a little bit. Then with a pencil brush, I went into the matte shade Vanity, which is kind of like a purpley brown color. I really love to use this as liner sometimes, but for this look, I'm going right into the outer V with it, just to give more drama and depth to the look. Of course, you want to make sure to blend that out. Then at the inner corner, I'm applying that bright pink shade with a tiny little brush. How fun and unexpected is that? I just love how that turned out. I then went over the inner corner with a little bit of pink glitter. This is a liquid glitter liner from Urban Decay. I don't know if they still sell it anymore, but I'm sure NYX and other brands might have something similar. I always line the underside of my upper waterline with a black pencil just to really intensify and darken the lash line from all angles. Next, with a liner pen, I'm lining my lash line and creating a really nice wing at the outer corners and a little point at the inner corners just to really elongate the eyes. Mascara and false lashes of your choice. I went for these Sasha lashes by Huda Beauty. They're super dramatic and perfect for this look. I did have to trim them a little bit to fit my eyes, but once they were on, oh, I was a happy camper. Before I finish up the lower lash line, I'm going to do the rest of my face makeup. Since I was going to be working with so many darker and reddish shadows, I didn't want to risk getting any stubborn red fallout and ruin my foundation. That's why I did that kind of last. I didn't have any fallout though, but you're better safe than sorry. Always prepare for the worst and you'll have fewer regrets in life, I promise. You'll probably notice that I used more concealers first. I don't know, that was just the mood that I was in. I did use a very thin layer of the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. A lot of you say that it creases around the mouth. Listen, just don't smile. To bronze up the skin and add some warmth, since I don't have any self-tanner on, I use Chanel's cream bronzer. Chanel for Chanel. Once all of the creams and liquids are in place, just go ahead and set with a translucent powder to lock in the flawlessness. I dip my damp beauty blender sponge directly into loose powder and just press it into the skin, mainly where I don't want anything to move or crease. Whatever little to nothing that's left over goes everywhere else. Okay, back to the eyes. I'm using a crease brush to trace that rusty red shade along the lower lash line to get a smoked out effect. Then I took the bright pink and I dabbed a little bit of that in the center, and then I went over that little area with some more pink glitter. I lined my waterline with a bronze gel liner from Tarte. If you have a pink or red gel liner, I think that would look even better in my opinion, but the bronze was what I had right next to me, so that's what I used. For a little inner corner highlight on the lower part of the eyes, I dabbed on a little of the shade Sugar Coated, which is like a baby pink spiked white eyeshadow. It's from the NikkieTutorials for Too Faced palette, and the eyes are done. To finish the face, I took a pressed powder foundation a few shades darker than my skin tone, just to bump up the contours of the face a little bit. Then I layered on 2 different blushes. First, Kinky, which is sort of like a tan bronzy shade from Urban Decay, but I wanted something more pink just to kind of tie in with the theme, so I used the shade Nectar from Bobbi Brown, and I applied that kind of higher on the cheekbone than I normally would, just for a more costumey, intense effect. I kind of really liked how that turned out. For highlight, I used Pink Heart from Anastasia Beverly Hills' Moonchild palette. The glow on this is amazing. On the lips, I used Kat Von D Hellbent lipstick, and that's it. As for the accessories, I have on the red devil horns, just in case anybody asks you who you are, you can be like, duh, I'm the devil. Chokers are both from Who is Kyle Moon, my own line. Put a link to everything in the description box down below. The Here Kitty collar is actually back in stock, so that's exciting for some of you because I know a lot of you were really interested in getting it. Oh, when you're in doubt, just add blood. You can even apply some over any blemishes you might have. This is why Halloween is fabulous. If you have any flaws, it's so easy to cover them up. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and as always, I look forward to talking to you again very, very soon. Happy Halloween!